Hey, what's up guys, Dizzy Nuts here. As you can see today we are in front of Splash Mountain. I'll show you a couple spots you can take photos around as well as inside the ride. So let's go. Okay, so the first shot is actually using the rabbit to the right side and it's coming over here. And the reason for that is that you're going to get the sunset coming down on this side, and then you're going to get all the action coming up of the mountain and the water splash as well as here. Now another really cool thing is that you'll see the sunset over here. Now make sure you shoot this with a really tight f-stop, which means that the number is higher so you can get that really cool sunburst like this shot. Okay, another real cool shot that you can actually take is actually from right here from this trash can. And if you wait until the sunset has gone officially down, which is more, you know, it's cracking there behind the mountain, you'll be able to get a shot like this. Bye, rabbit. Hello. Okay, now something that people don't pay much attention to, which I think is actually a really cool shot. You got the sign here where it says Splash Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Steam Train, and stuff like that. This is awesome for different types of shots. You can take something like this, like sideways, and it looks really cool, like this. Or you could take a night shot and go in tight into the sign, something like this, and here's how the shot looks. I can't discard actually shooting this head on, so that's where we're going to go. We're going to go over there, take a couple of shots, and show you how it'll look. Now this spot is actually awesome also for sunset shots because, like I said, the sunset's going to be cracking down from behind the mountain, and if you wait a little bit, you'll be able to get some really cool shots. I guess they lost the riders on that one. Okay, here's how the shot looks with the regular lens, which is the Sigma 17-50. And here's how it looks with the fisheye. Okay, so if you got your shots from the head on, now make sure you move over to the left over here, because here you can get some really cool shots with a fisheye or even an ultra wide angle, because you can put your ND filter and take this shot here where the water looks nice and glossy. And here's how the shot looks, and here are the settings. Okay, the next photo is actually of the sign here of Splash Mountain, and this one we're going to take it with the fisheye, and the reason for this is that we want to be able to capture as much as possible. Now what I did here is that I make sure that the sign itself was right smack in the center, and the curve of the fisheye was coming up on the sides, and it creates a really cool effect. Now you notice that not many people in the photo, if not anybody, and what I did was actually right after the fireworks ended, the ride had already closed, that they weren't letting anybody in, and I waited here for a couple of minutes, took my shot and walked out happily with the photo in the pocket. Okay, the next shot is actually these two guys that are looking for the rabbit, which is a really good spot for photos because even though people are coming out, you can actually get the photos with really little people because you're going to be shooting upwards in an angle. For example, let me get a little closer. And we shoot upwards like this. Here's how the shots look. So the other shot is from here, from the side. I'm going to show you exactly where we would park. We would put our tripod right here. And this is going to give you a really cool angle because you'll get like the water at more or less at the same level, and it looks really cool for the shots. Here how it looks. Now the other one is obviously on the other side, basically doing the exact same thing, which is where we put our little tripod right here. And as low as possible, we can get this angle, which looks really cool because it gives the feeling that you're in the water. Now, it's okay if the photo that you take includes this a little bit. You can always crop it out. But you want to put the camera in somewhat as low as possible here in an angle so you get that really cool effect of the water. Now, here's how the shot looks with the different lenses. The fisheye, obviously, you can see you get a lot in the frame. The Tokina, you get a lot as well as the Sigma lens. Okay, now once you got those shots, you're going to actually come over to this side for a next couple of good ones. And this one, you actually need a tripod which is high enough because we need to be able to go over this stuff. And if you park right here, you're able to get the, the log boats coming down this way. You get the water coming down. You get the splash of the whole mountain. This is an awesome angle, which I would recommend to everybody if you can take. And of course, you probably need to use a wider angle like what you're seeing now on this device, which is a wide angle. And that way you get everything from left to right. Now, if you still want to go a little bit more of an angle, you can always come over a little bit this way. And that way you get more of these boats on this side and you get the splash. Okay, even though we got a fast pass, check out this line, guys. Almost there, guys. We're almost making it. Almost there. Okay, so what looks like a good 20 minutes, like the lady told us when we scanned our Magic Band, it actually was around 20 minutes to fast pass. So if you're going to come here and do the ride and have a fast pass and you see the line that gets all the way to the bridge, don't get scared. It really was 20 minutes. Here we go. Oh, nice and wet. Okay, now a question I get asked a lot is what I do with the camera when we're going down so we don't get wet. Now I'm going to show you. For example, this here, as you can see, there's like a cubby here. So what I'm going to do is once we come down, I can shove my camera under here. And that way it doesn't get wet. The second thing I do is actually put my hat on it like this. I shove it under here. That way it doesn't get wet. See if we don't get wet here. Of course. Yeah! Okay, once inside the ride, I'm going to be using shutter priority, and the reason for that is I want to somewhat lock down the speed so I don't get any movement on the photos. I usually do 1/60th of a second, but in this case I'm going to do 1/30th because we're going to be actually moving pretty close to the well-lit scene, so let's do a 1/30 on this one. Okay, so when it comes to the drop, you want to roll it up to something probably 200 and above because since obviously it's going to be full daylight, you'll be able to freeze most of the action. Okay, so for this next shot, I actually included it into the list because it is one of the funnest parts where you're actually finally think that everything's over, but no, you happen to have your logboat just happen to stop next to this waterfall and you get that final sprinkle just before you get off of the ride. So again, shoot it with a fisheye or something with a wide angle. Now for this final shot, I actually went back to 1/30th of a second because this way it makes the camera use the lowest ISO possible and get the best quality out of the image. Now make sure you ask the cast member before you board if you can sit in the front because that's probably the best way to capture these shots. Okay guys, so that's it here from Magic Kingdom, from Splash Mountain. Hopefully you enjoyed the photos around as well as inside the ride. As you can see, I am officially soaked, so we'll call it a day for this. And okay, so if this is the first time watching these videos, my name is Disney Nuts, and I do theme park photography like you just saw now. So if you like what you saw, feel free to hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified. Until then, guys, stay awesome. See ya.